I hope that someday you'll be a parent, because I feel like that's only when you'll truly understand how deeply you can love another human being, because I don't think anyone will ever love you the way that your dad and I do. We are so proud of who you are and everything you've accomplished in 18 short years. We will always be here to support you through the ups and the downs. You are gonna make mistakes along the way, and you're gonna learn some tough lessons. But those lessons just make you stronger, kiddo, and wiser to handle everything that life will throw you to. Reed, I instantly had a soft spot for you. That cute little Bond who walked into my scout kitchen. And yes, you tested me sometimes, but I always enjoyed having you as part of our den. It has been so fun to watch you grow up into this super kind, respectful, and very funny kid. And you make some interesting signs too, and that's a private little joke. No matter where you go or what you do, you will always be welcome in our home. And we will always be there to support you in any way we can. Congratulations, guys. Well earned and well done.
Thank you, very awesome and sweet words, Rebecca. I don't know if I want to make a mistake on Reed's scout history. Anybody want to say something about Reed?
Well,
Okay. All right, well, come on up. I'm just, Tammy's schedule is apparently wrong.
Right there on that page.
Well, I didn't prepare a speech. Every time I've written a speech, to be honest with you, I get up here and I look at it, and everything that comes out of my mouth is not what's on this piece of paper, so I don't even waste my time, to be honest with you. So 11 years, 12 years technically, Keegan in his scouting career has accomplished a lot. Starting with in his leadership positions, he was a patrol leader, assistant patrol leader, webmaster, and a scribe. Summer camps. My scouting career, I enjoyed summer camps. They were probably the favorite thing for me about summer camps. But my summer camps didn't even touch the experiences that these boys have touched with their summer camp experiences and where they've traveled. I was stuck in the Midwest, didn't really venture outside the Midwest. These boys have ventured all over. So some of the summer camps, you got Davy Crockett up in Tennessee. But we'll say first-year scouts, we took them to Davy Crockett, and everybody's like, don't take first-year scouters out of state. Best thing we ever did. And I don't think those scouts will say anything different. It was a fantastic experience. Showing up there to a campsite that was actually demolished from a storm that was questionable whether they were even going to let us stay there. The leader stepped down in the van. We didn't let the boys get out of the van because we didn't want them to be discouraged by the condition of this campsite. Lo and behold, those boys stepped out of that van, and it was on. They were all for cleaning that site up. We got that thing spick and span. I'm going to tell you that everybody at that camp says we have the best campsite on that particular camp. Very memorable experience, not just for the boys, but for leaderships with that one. I know the boys, as first-year scouters, came back significantly more independent and advanced. It's fantastic. They do the Noche, which is the summer camp here in Florida. It's a Florida camp in the middle of summer, hot and buggy. Enough said. That's why Davy Crockett ranks so much higher up there in the mountains of Tennessee. Then they went to the mountains of North Carolina, Daniel Boone, another fantastic experience. Only summer camp that I've been to didn't have a swimming pool, had a mountain lake, about 68 degrees. So colder than our springs here. Did a hamper the boys and slow them down? Not one bit. Burt Adams, just outside of Atlanta, Georgia. I did not have the opportunity to experience that one with the boys, but it was a beautiful camp. Other experiences outside of the summer camps. We took the boys on a ski trip to Lake Junaluska, there in the Maggie Valley area of North Carolina. First year we went up there, even the people up at that park said we had perfect conditions, best conditions they've had in a long time. Snow on the way, fresh snow on the mountain, 20-something degrees, couldn't be better. Boys loved it. Fortunately, it is North Carolina, so not all the winters when we went up there were natural snow and cold conditions, but either way, the boys all had a blast. To top it all off, I was scouts, went through scouting. I got out of it when I was 16 years old because of sports. Typical 16-year-old boy, sports was more important at the time. Looking back, I will say I do regret not finishing and getting to this level. But in their scouting experiences, these boys had a chance to experience something that most scouts will never experience in a scouting career. And I don't know, Woody, you can attest to that, but these boys did not do one high adventure camp, they did 2 adventure camps. Philmont out in New Mexico, would have loved to have done it, but that's, I don't walk that many mountains, not anymore. And then Sea Base, living on the boat down in the Bahamas. both fantastic experiences, and I think of the two high adventure camps, these guys have built such a bond because they did it together, not just one of those, but two of those. And the summer camps, there was a core group of boys that seemed to do just about everything together, and their relationships and friendships, you know, is pretty solid, and hopefully will continue throughout their lives. Training and special recognitions, you know, starting out through the ranks over the 12 years, the Arrow of Light, that's where they advance from the Cub Scouts into the Boy Scout ranks. Once you get into Boy Scouts, they got the firemanship, that's where they're learning to correctly use axes, knives, whatnot. 50-miler awards. 50-miler awards are for those who travel 50 miles, whether it be by, it's non-motorized, so they got 50 miles. Did you do 50 miles plus at Philmont?
Yep.
Yeah, more than 50 miles at Philmont. I think you actually went well over 50 in the Bahamas as well down there on the boat, so congratulations with that one. And Keegan, the stand-up paddleboard. I can't stand up on a skateboard. I'm not going to try to stand up on a paddleboard. Merit badges, over the 10 years, Keegan completed 31 merit badges. There's a lot of merit badges out there to offer the boys, but of the 31 merit badges, I would say that what they learn from these merit badges probably only scratches the surface of what they learn from their experience in scouting altogether. So merit badges are a badge of honor, but they are just a mere figment of what these boys really take out in the scouting program. So aside from that, all in total, like Rebecca said, 1 hour a week. Yeah. Little did that 1 hour a week turn into a full-time job for 12 years, pretty much. But I don't think we traded for a bit. I will say that. I couldn't be more proud of the boys. We started with 12, and here we stand with 2 of our original ones that have reached the climax of the program, which I will say these boys will test you. They tested on me. Even Mr. Mick and myself talked about it. Like, I don't know if they're going to get there. But in all honesty, and you guys can tell me if I'm wrong, but I think it was kind of deciding together that you were going to do it, and you know, with the help of Miss Tammy, of course, pushing you along, but you guys knocked it out. I will say, I had my doubts, but when it all boils down to it, it's just it says a lot about the character of you guys and your dedication to finishing something that you've committed to. So aside from that, guys, I'm proud of you, both of you. Keegan, I'm proud of you, and that shy boy that wouldn't do anything for the first 6 to 8 years of your life, and look at where you're at now. It's a 360, and becoming the man that I hoped you'd be honest with you. Independent, not afraid to do anything. Experiences will humble you in life. It's part of life. But I'm proud. So thank you. Nick.
Sean, Rebecca, nicely done. Tough act to follow, but I will do my best. All right, so like Sean said, if you would have said a year ago that we would be here celebrating these 2 scouts, I didn't think it was going to happen. I really didn't. I was at peace with it too, and I'll get back to that in a minute. I'll come back to it. But it's the fact that we are is a testament to the drive and focus of both Reed and Keegan. But Reed's scouting journey started before he was even officially a scout. His brother Chase started as a wolf when he was 7, and so Reed was a sibling. So he got to participate in all the stuff that Chase did, all the campouts, all the rain gutter regattas, the Pinewood Derbs and stuff like that when he was 4. So, and he, right away, he gained a measure of notoriety. He's known for his hair, that's one thing. That's not really notoriety, but he is known for his hair, he has been for years. And I was reminded of this today by Mr. Jamie, but when he was 4, we used to camp out, 3 times a year as Cub Scouts. And unbeknownst to Lonnie and I, Reed would go around to the other campsites. We'd be camping in a big field around trees and stuff like that. He would go around to other campsites and other people's, they're sitting around eating dinner and stuff like that. And I'm not gonna say beg for food, but he would come back with a ring ding, come back with a Twinkie, Fritos, it's like that, things like that. And it was, I have to admit, it's a little bit embarrassing because people are thinking you don't feed your kid, And I'm like, Reed, we got our own snacks, you don't have to go to other people. And Miss Lonnie's giving him trouble. Reed, come on. And he actually got caught red-handed. And I'm gonna ask the scouts up there to post a picture, or to slide that picture over to Reed. Now, the gentleman with the Fritos he was a scout dad, his son was Nick, but you can see right there, we'd asked people, don't give him any food. And Brian, this guy's name was Brian, didn't give him any food, and you can see the look on his face, all right? Denied. So that was one of the lessons learned anyway, but we had a lot of fun with that. So fast forward 4.5 years, past all the Pinewood Derbies, the Ringo Regattas, and all that stuff. Get into Boy Scouts, and it became apparent that to Reed, scouting, he liked being a scout. But scouting was the vehicle for him to spend time with his friends. When he went on a camp out, it wasn't, hey, where are we going? It was like, are my friends going? Is Keegan going? If Keegan's going, I'm gonna go. I'll sign up. That's kind of what happened, or what his experience was with scouts. And along the way, like Rebecca and Sean said, he got to go on these amazing trips. I'll just add to what he got to do. He got to go, they did 30 miles, I think, in preparation for Philmont on the Florida Trail. They went up to Spring Mountain, Georgia. They did the Appalachian Trail in training for Philmont. I mean, those are almost summer camps in themselves. And they got to do this in addition to every other thing that they did. The last story I'll tell that was kind of cool for Reed was when we were at Davy Crockett. Davy Crockett was an awesome camp. I think I saw Pat here. Pat was another leader on that trip. But it was really one of the favorite merit badges that I've ever done. I've been on a bunch of summer camps. That we did was the rifle shooting merit badge. And it was really well done. The guy who was, do you guys remember the name of the instructor? It was JT, I think, JT, I want to say. But as part of the merit badge, what you have to do, you gotta learn all about rifle and rifle shooting, and you have to qualify and shoot the rifle at 50 feet. You gotta shoot it within a quarter, like 5 times. So all your 3 shots have to be covered by a quarter, or the quarter has to touch those 3 shots. Well, at Davy Crockett, they had this extra award where if you could have all 3 shots covered by a dime, you got to be in the dime club. And so that was a big deal to these scouts. They're like 11, they're shooting the guns, cool and everything like that. And I can't remember, I don't know if all our scouts got dime club, but I remember Reed was the first one. And he got an award back there. If you check back on the table, there's a little camp award with a piece of wood with a dime glued to it, and it says dime club. But when you're 11 years old, it was really cool to see those kids get that award, and to see Reed get that award and get his name up on the little board for the rifle shooting merit badge was really cool. I will wrap this up. I had a whole bunch of stuff, but it's kind of been covered a little bit. But I'm gonna get back to them becoming Eagle Scouts and the doubt that we had last year at this time that it wasn't gonna happen. And I was at peace with it, Reed. We had talked about it. I had talked about it as much as I was gonna talk about it. And I was at peace, and there's always lessons to be learned in scouting, in life, whether you fail or you experience success. And I thought this was gonna be one of regret, and that, okay, the lesson here will be regret. Down the road, he will regret the fact that he didn't get Eagle. But it turned out to be one of success. The right person at the right time reached out to both these boys, and they decided to go for it. And it's one of success. This lesson is about success, and the success is if you buckle down, if you work hard, if you see something that you want, you can really do anything. And that's what I want you to take away from this. And I know you're learning this as you grow older, and you're probably aware of this, but you really can. If you set your mind to it, you can do anything. At this point, the scouting law should be integrated in your decision-making process, and I think it is. We both have grown into, young men of character. I think scouting is a big part of that. And I'm proud of both of you and wish you success in whatever you decide to do. So now we've talked about a lot of these summer camps and the things that they did as scouts. So Mr. Sean has put together a slideshow, and that is what we're gonna watch next. So, thank you.
Return to the back, get up what it is, what it does, what it is, what it isn't. Looking for a better way to get up out of bed instead of getting on the internet and checking a new hit. Me get up, first shot, two strut walking, a little bit of humble, a little bit of cautious, somewhere between like Rocky and Cosby's for the game. Nope, nope, y'all can't copy yet. Bad moonwalking, and this here is a party. My posse's been on Broadway, and we did it all way. Chrome music, I shed my skin and put my bones into everything I record to it. And yeah, I'm on that stage light, going shine on down. Got that Bob Barker suit game and Clinko in my style. Money, stay on my craft and stick around for those pounds. But I do that to pass the torch and put on for my town. Trust me, I'm my INDEPENDENT shit hustler. Chasing dreams since I was 14 with the 4-truck bustin'. Halfway across that city with the back crush shit. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give that to the people, spread it across the country. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give it to the people, spread it across the country.
Here we go back, this is the moment, tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. Here we go back, this is the moment, tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us.
Now, can I kick it? Thank you, yeah. I'm so damn grateful. I grew up really wanna go fronts, but that's what you get when Wu-Tang raised you. Y'all can't stop me. Go hard like I gotta eat it in my heartbeat. And I'm eating at the beat like I give a little speed to a great white shark on shark week. Till I go all gone. Deuces goodbye. I got a world to see. And my girl, she wanna see Rome. Caesar make you a believer now. I never ever did it for a throne. That validation comes from giving it back to the people now. Sing this song and it goes.